Hey everybody, it's Kelly Richmond with Kelly Richmond Scrapbooking, and I'm here today to do sketch number 4 from the Creative Memories Virtual Crop for 2024. Can you believe it's a new year? I haven't done a video in a while and decided that I had some time. I was gonna get it done. So this is the sketch we're working on. We've got a couple 6x4 photos and a lot of these little 3x4 photos. So I'm actually working in my family album, and this is a snorkeling cruise that I went on when I went on a trip to Mexico. And so these pictures are going to be perfect for it because I've got all of these whale shots that are really small that I can cut these photos down to 3x4. So it's going to be perfect. I am going to change things up just a little bit, mostly because I was super inspired by these little borders that have these whales right on the border. So it's perfect for these photos. I'm going to be using the Seas Please collection from Creative Memories. This collection is beautiful and is so very versatile for seas as well as like wildlife and bears. They've got some paper that has some bears and fish on here. So if like a fishing trip or anything like that, this collection is perfect for. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to not do the little decorative strip down the center instead because I have these borders. I'm going to do the borders right across the bottom. Nothing too fancy. Okay, so let's get started. Let me move my pictures out of the way here. Here's my sketch that I'm going to use. I really kind of like this striped paper, and this collection has some striped paper in there. So I've already decided I'm going to use that kind of as my background paper. And so I'm going to grab that out. Let's see if I can find another sheet. Let's hope I can. I'll be really sad. There it is. It's got the fish on the back, okay? So for that center strip that we have here, I've got to choose my paper for that. I thought about doing the dark blue, but then I think it's just gonna blend in too much to this border. So I'm gonna set that aside. So let's find a different color. I thought about doing this, but I think that's gonna be really busy, but it's really fun with the ship and the whales. Like I said, I think that's going to be too busy. So, I don't know. Maybe I should use that as my background. That would kind of be fun. Maybe I'm going to change things up a little bit. Let's see what other paper we have and kind of decide from there. This paper is really cool, and it just has the words, but I don't really think it's quite appropriate for a snorkeling cruise in Mexico. It says iceberg, landscape, outdoor. It's got the bears on the back. So let's see. Maybe I'll just use this. Well, gosh, this is always really, really hard. Let's see what's on the back of this. Choosing paper sometimes is the hardest, isn't it? You know, I think that wouldn't be too bad. All right, we're changing things up a little bit. So we're going to use that as our base. We're going to use that as our strips. All right, so let's move this stuff out of the way. All right, so in the sketch, it has this strip of paper that goes across, and it is 12 by 5 inches. So I'm going to start cutting that first. Make sure that if you have directional paper that you're cutting it the right direction, so you have your fish or your design going the correct way. So I'm just going to cut 2 of those at 5 inches. All right, so I could use since I'm using this as my base, I could just simply put this down and put this over top, okay? But I hate to waste paper. You guys, if you've watched any of my videos, I probably say this in every video. If I wanted to do this really quick, I could just slap this down and be done. But I really hate to waste this paper because the paper that is underneath this that's being covered up that's 5 inches of paper that is just totally being wasted. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit of math here, okay? So we know that this is going across the center. It's 5 inches. That means that these two pieces combined is 7 inches. So half of 7 is 3.5. So these are 3.5 inch strips. So I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to cut 3.5 inch strips. Now, since I'm working right on my scrapbook page, I can easily just adhere it to my scrapbook page and be done, okay? If you're using like the slide-in kind for your scrapbook pages, you can simply weld it or use a piece of cardstock as your base. You get to choose. You can even use, if you use the sliding kind, the piece of little white paper that they use in there anyway, and just put it right on there, okay? So here I've got this little bit of like 1.5 inch paper left over, which I'm gonna set aside because that could easily be used for a border at some other time. And then I'm gonna cut this at 3.5 for the 4th strip. So see, now I have this much paper left over that I can use on another project. Okay, so it's a great way to save some paper. That we're going to get out of the way because we don't need it. All right, so let's get our base. Let's get that situated first. Let me move that out of the way. Now, I kind of like this detail that they did on here. They put a little tiny strip of paper kind of to separate the two. And I might just do that. Let's see how this fits. Yeah, if it's okay. So I kind of want to pick up some of this gray if I can. So maybe put a little tiny border on those two sides. So let me look through my paper, through my cardstock, and see what color is going to work the best. Now I have a little tiny piece of this gray cardstock from a long time ago that I'm going to use up. So I'm just going to cut, let's see, how much do we have here? I think I'm just going to cut a 1/2 inch. I'm not going to use all of that, but just to make it easy, I'm going to cut 4 of them. And stick it on, okay? So, an easy way to do this, I'm gonna put it right here on this, my little silicone mat. I'm gonna take this right here and I'm gonna run a little bit of adhesive down it. And stick it on like that. Line this up and stick it. Oops. All right. Now let's make sure our fish are going the right way. Put a little bit more adhesive on here. And stick it down. I like it. All right. I'm gonna set that aside for a second so I can use this. Go ahead and do the same for this one. Oops. And stick. Oh, guess what? We haven't done the other page yet. So I'm gonna set that aside. Do this other page, other side. Like I said, since I scrapbook right onto my pages, stick it right on. So that makes it really nice and easy. I don't have to worry about using a welding piece or anything like that. What I mean by a welding piece is if I was just using these pieces, I could cut strips similar to this, and then I would tuck this underneath like this to weld the pieces together so that it's a full 12 by 12 sheet. But I'm not using it as a welding piece. I'm using it actually as the decoration. Oh, look, I put it on upside down. So good thing I hadn't pressed down hard yet. Make sure our fish are going the right way. All right. All right, so there we have our base. Like I said, so I'm doing a little bit different. I do not want to put the decorative pieces down this direction, mostly because my little border that I want to put down here is very directional. So I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and start cutting or trimming our photos. Now I am going to switch it just a little bit. I think because my whales are on this side, I mean, I could still probably do it this side and it would probably be fine. But let's trim our photos and then we'll kind of play around and see what we like better. So these two photos right here are going to be my 6x4 or 6x4. This one I'm going to cut down to a 3x4. It's really just kind of a landscape, nothing crazy. So I can easily just trim that down. This is, we want to get mostly that whale spout, so that's easy enough to do. I'm trying to keep some of this horizon. So we'll make sure that right at the 4 inches. And then trim a little bit off there. A little bit off of this side. Trying to get these whales kind of right in the center of the photo. So like I said, this layout ended up being perfect for these photos because it can really kind of focus in on the little bits of whale that you can see in the water. Okay, so there's our pictures all trimmed. I am going to trim these a little bit more, just 1/4 of an inch off. That way I can do just a simple 6x4 mat. Just checking my trim. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the coolest one because you can really see the whale's tail for this center photo. Just because it's matted, it kind of stands out a little bit more. So that's the one I'm gonna mat. And then these ones go over here. Okay, simple. I thought about switching them, put the whales over on this side since the whale, but I don't think it really matters. I think we'll just go ahead and follow right along. There is a journaling box right here, so I'm going to see if I can find something that will work from, from the C's Please Variety Mat Pack. So let me open that. It would be fun to do a little journaling box with a little tiny bit of decoration or something that goes along with it. Now, I very easily could take any of these mat packs and use them also for to mat these photos. Short excursion, top 5 moments. That is a kind of a cool, might be a little bit too busy. We don't have icebergs, so I don't really think we could use that. Port side. Those are orcas. That is a really cool box. Once again, oh, that's fun. Cruise itinerary, ship name. Problem is I have no idea what the ship name was. So maybe not use those. The Last Frontier. It's perfect for Alaska. I don't think I'm going to use that. I like my mats kind of to coordinate and go together. So I might just pull out a different color. There we go. A basic mat would probably work great. I should say basic journal box. Or there's this one that has the anchors. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is decide on my matte color first because I want it to look nice and coordinate together. I think I will find some. If I was to use navy cardstock, that looks really dark. In fact, that almost looks black. So maybe not. Let's check out a different color. Sorry, I should have had this decided ahead of time, but you guys can actually see the process of how I think it through, right? Let's try. See if we like that color better. This is just blue cardstock. Not sure that's right either, just because of this color blue down here. I don't really want to do gray because I use gray right here for the border. I could easily do white. Let me try one other color. This is a shimmer paper. Nope, don't like that either. So far I like the blue the best. Let's try. This is a slightly different. This is marine blue. On camera, you probably can't even tell the difference. It's pretty similar. It's a little bit darker blue than our regular blue cardstock. And I think I like that. That's what I'm gonna go with now that I pulled out a bunch of different cardstock. Okay, we're going with marine blue. And we need two. Okay, so I need to. I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. One, two, and then for this mat right here, so this is a 3x4, so let's do 3 1/4 out of this last piece by 4 1/4. So just a 1/4 inch more. All right, so now that we've picked our color, now we can choose which of these two mats we like better, and I kind of like that one better than this one, so we're gonna grab that and trim that in half. All right, let's start assembling. do my 2 sides first. That way I know that it's going to be about the same. That needs to go over. I'm going to actually put this right there. And we can put a title right there. Let's go ahead and put our border on as well. All right, let's get our pages lined up here so that we can put them reasonably lined up. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Put this border on. And I'm using the Creative Memories tape runner. And as you can see, you don't have to put adhesive all the way across your border. You just need a few little pieces and it's going to stick great. Now, see how much space is left over here compared to here? So I'm actually going to move these over a little bit. I don't like that much space. So I'm going to get my multi-purpose tool here. I'm just going to kind of run it under carefully back and forth till it lifts. There we go. I'm going to do the same with this one. This tool is magic. It is the perfect tool for a lot of things. It's called the Multipurpose Tool. It's only $8 from Creative Memories. It is the best thing ever. It's got a really, really thin end, so you can kind of wiggle it underneath those photos to lift it when you make a mistake and need to move your photo like I just did. Okie dokie, there we go. So there, simple page. Like I said, I changed it just a little bit. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of, put some stickers, a little bit of decoration on here. This is the C's Please sticker pack. See if there's anything that will work great. There's there's a good whale, a couple dolphins, some fish. I'm going to put this whale right there on the edge of my journal box. Wonders of the Sea. I'm looking for whale watching. That would be a good one to put. Having a whale of a good time. I like that. Cruising together. You know what I should have done is So here is another reason why this tool is amazing. Put this sticker down and I've changed my mind. There we go. I don't really like this sticker because the color is very wrong for this page. So I think I'm gonna do Wonders of the Sea. I like that lighthouse. Too bad we didn't have a lighthouse, huh? With a boat. I'm gonna kind of group it together. And this anchor. Here's another great way to use your multi-purpose tool is to get your stickers off their sheet. And then you can kind of, I just have it stuck to my multi-purpose tool. That kind of helps me decide like where I'm gonna put it. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna journal and then we're done. Okay, so there you go. Nothing too crazy. Like again I said, this is sketch number 4 from the January 2024 virtual crop with Creative Memories. I'm gonna kind of journal off screen and then I'll take a picture of it. And hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want this handout, you can go to my Facebook group, which is Scrap Happy with Kelly, and I create all the sketches from the blog as well as from the virtual crops and put them into a handout like this so that you can keep them and use them over and over and over in your scrapbooking. So hope you enjoyed it. Happy scrapping and hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.